story idea to our team of reporters. But first, we want to start with a local author here, Kyla. She wrote this amazing book, Transparent Trauma. Now, this is a very, very deep book. Kyla, this has a lot to do with you. This whole book is about you and kind of getting through this trauma. So you tell us, what inspired you to share your story?
As a former foster youth, I didn't get a voice. I didn't have an opportunity to speak or to even stand up for myself. So as I got older, I just wanted to use my voice to do something positive with. I wanted to take all the things I had been through and just take my power back and do something different with it.
Yeah, and this book here, I mean, I didn't get to read through all of it, but just kind of skimming through it, the chapters, the details of what you've experienced. I mean, trauma is saying it lightly, what you went through. But what do you have to say to people who may be dealing with some kind of trauma themselves?
You're going to carry you wherever you go. So if you don't deal with it, if you don't willing to be real with yourself or reach out for help, or you can't just, it's not going to disappear. So if you don't work through it now, you can be 50 and still be dealing with the same issues, and it'll show up in your life. You'll see it in your relationships, your career, everything.
Everything. And I like what you said here. You said you want them to know, no matter how dark their crisis, there is a rainbow on the other side. The rainbow may not show up within days or months or even years, but that doesn't mean that it's not there, that there's always hope, even in the worst situations. And that's something you believe in.
Yeah, I know that for a fact. It carried me through a lot of hard times, a lot of times.
So good. Now, who do you think this book would be good for? I know someone who's gone through a traumatic, situation, but what age range are you thinking is suitable for this book?
I would say 12 and up.
Okay.
I think that it's good for, it brings awareness, so it's not just for someone who's been through these circumstances. This is for people who might have a friend and they don't know what to look for, or it could be for a foster parent who doesn't really understand why their child is behaving the way they are. I really, like in the book, took you through the journey with me, so you kind of get to see my mindset change over the years, and I explained some of the behaviors that I may have had and why. So I think it's a good read for anyone, honestly.
I love that. Now, can you tell us a little bit about the background, your story, maybe some of those behaviors that maybe someone at home would be like, you know what, my kid does that?
Yeah. So I was, both of my parents were addicts. I was entered into the foster care system very young. I was adopted. I had a failed adoption and got put back into the system, so I was shifted around a lot. As a teenager, I was out of control. A lot of rage, anger, pushing people away, wouldn't let anyone close to me. And on the outside, it just looked like I mean, some people just didn't want to deal with it. It took very special people to go above and beyond and try to get to the root of it, and they were really able to pull out who I was before the trauma happened to me. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a great read for anybody. I think that, I think everybody has at least one person in their family that's been through something traumatic. Maybe not my story, but
something.
Right. It doesn't have to be the same storyline. It's still the same principle. Same principle.
So, Transparent Trauma, where can we go to purchase this book, Kyla?
So, it's available at all major retailers. You can find it on Books A Million, Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, pretty much anywhere.
Pretty much anywhere. So, let's go get this.